Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the Vintage Paper Girl. Welcome to my studio. I'm very happy you're here with me today. How are all of you? Is everybody good? Are you guys safe, happy, healthy? Safe, I say, because I know there's been horrific tornadoes all through the Midwest of the United States and a whole lot of other places. So I hope everybody's safe and okay. I hope we didn't lose any friends. Anyway, I'm happy you are here. I really am. I was crafting in the middle, so my desk looks, I'm working on a project, and I thought, well, I'll just flip on the camera and we could chit chat and you can watch me decorate and we can talk and have a good old time in the studio. But before I get going, I want to thank you all, each and every one of you, for all your kind, loving comments, prayers, good thoughts, good energy, healing that you have sent our way. We truly, truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you. We love you all. Greg says thank you very much. We're getting through everything, and right now I've got him settled on the couch with a cold wrap on his back, sitting nice and still like he needs to and relaxing. And I am crafting. I just started the laundry, so I thought, oh, good time to craft again and finish what I was working on, and then share some time with my friends. I miss you guys when I'm not here. I'm in my happy place, which is where I need to be. Now, I apologize for that last video. It just cut off on me. I don't know what happened. It just went black. All of a sudden, black. I don't know what. I prepped it. I actually didn't prep it this time. So we'll see if we lose this video, then I'll have to start over. Let me make sure it is working. I didn't do any of the stuff to clear it off or delete any videos or anything. I don't know what happened last time. Just went black on me and I wasn't even aware of it. I'd gone through a whole bunch of stuff and yikes, right? So I was making this one last time you saw it. And this is what I ended up with. Isn't she pretty? She's a pretty little bag. She's all done. She's got some bling there, some words, a little bit of sparkle net. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. I got it. Now this, I actually hit it with a little bit of pink and brown distress ink to kind of give it some color, but the camera, of course, is whiting it out, so you can't see it, but to give it some dimension, right? So she's real pretty. I like her. She's a pretty bag. I don't know what she's going to go in or with, but I enjoyed making her, so I'll set her off to the side. And then I made this one. Oh, this is just a card, excuse me. This one we made in the video. And so I'm going to decorate this one, and I just, of course, dumped everything off of it. Where did all the pieces go that I had? There we are. So anyway, I was doing some decorating, so I thought, well, let's invite everybody out to play and hang out and see what's going on with you and me. And we're all good, or as good as we can be right now. So we even went for our first little drive out in about 2.5, almost 3 weeks. So Greg tried it a little bit to see if he could drive. He had to kind of sit forward to do that. But he wanted to get out of the house. Oh, I've already got that glued on. Yay. Yeah, so he wanted to get out of the house. Starting to get, we're both getting stir crazy. So I want to add this little rose. I think I might put it there. I like that there. And then I want this one down here. I pretty much know where I want everything, but I need some, I'm going to use the pink snow mesh. We do have some snow mesh in the shop, but we don't have the pink. We have not found that anywhere. I guess we'll look for it, see if we can find it anywhere. So let me cut this down. I want to use it over here. It might be too big. Just a hint too big. Cut it down a little bit. Let's do that. And I did have another video for you. It was a long one, over an hour, but it had so many technical difficulties, I ended up having to delete it. My arm fell down. I mean, it was one thing after another. It was one of those videos, and I thought, I am not putting this video up. It just looks terrible. Not. So I deleted it. And so I thought, well, it was an organized video. I mean, it was a kind of a how-to, but I'll show you in a minute what I was making. I made a bunch of them, and then I looked at the video and I went, no, I can't publish this. People will go away and never come back. It was so bad. So But it happens in this industry, you know, as we're making videos, things go wonkers on us, and we can't, there's nothing we can do about it, right? You just got to go with the flow. And I'm all right with that. I kind of knew, I could kind of tell things were going bad, and, you know, in the video when I was making it, and I went, I bet I'm not going to be publishing this, and sure enough. But boy, I gave it the good old college try. I tried it. But as I rewatched it, I went, oh, this is a bad video. You know when you're making them. For those of you who make videos, you know when you're not having a good day and things are... It's not that I was having a bad day. My camera was having a bad day. I checked to see if it was too full. My daughter and I looked at every little thing trying to figure out why I was having so many problems. I don't know. Maybe a glitch. Some kind of glitch. Oh, dear. I'm trying to figure out where... I want these are brighter. Kind of add some... Oh, you don't really see the stuff behind it, but it's there. You know, it's fine. Where did that little one go? Did I lose it again? My sleeves. I noticed my sleeves will knock stuff onto the floor, and I don't even realize it. And then I see if it's on the floor. Where'd that word go? Did you guys see it? Did you see where it went? Honestly, did you? I had a word here, right? You guys saw it. Looking in my lap. I'll end up pulling it like into the boxes on the floor that are sitting next to me that I drop things into when I'm working. Where did that word go? Are you kidding me? Or maybe it's caught in the net. No. No. Okay, somebody sees it probably. Because I know when I'm watching a video and someone loses something, I'm yelling at them going, there, go there. Where did it go? Well, that's just bizarre. I bet you my sleeve caught it, pulled it onto the floor, and now I can't find it. I like this chair, but it's so lightweight that it rolls across the floor great, but it rumples up my carpet, so then it won't move. Sorry, my head's down because I am looking in these little boxes, which is where all my stuff falls. I find it later, but I need it now. Oh, okay, I don't see it. Darn it. Is it on stuck on my sleeve? I've done that before. No, I don't see it. Oh, come on. Well, doggone it. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to have to look for a new word because, goodness, let's see. Let's just find another word. I'm not going to spend all day. I'll find it. I know I will. I always do. Well, occasionally, honestly, you guys, I don't know what goes into... I swear there's these little, like, gnomes on my desk, and they take stuff and they run away with it and laugh. Ha, ha, ha. They're laughing at me again. They stole my word. Wild rose. Well, that's pretty. Splendid Roses. Maybe we'll do that one. This is All Things Roses by Junk Journal Studio. Love it. It's a great kit. It's got a lot of stuff. There's 2 sets to the kit. One is journal pages and background pages, and the other is every ephemera thing you could think of to put on decorate your project up with. I need to re-ink this. Let's get this loaded for the day. Now that's going to be, I'm like, did I lose another word? Are you kidding me? I'm going to have to glue this to myself to find it. Now I got too much ink on it. Ugh. Okay, let's put that up to the side. Let's put that over there. I wanted to put some knitting behind it. And there we go. What are you guys up to? Anything fun and exciting? Betty's better. Congratulations, Betty. So glad you're out of quarantine. Exciting. I know she's still not well, but she's better than she was. So super happy for her. Good suggestions for Greg. We are trying some of the things you suggested, Betty. So I'm giving it a good shot. Betty's been with me a long time. For the moment, I think Oh, maybe a little lace on the bottom. Do I have pink lace that could go down there? Yeah, I have some of this from some store. I don't know what shop these came from. Oh yeah, that's real pretty. We'll just put a little down there. Do I need a lot? Because I mean, this is a heavy, heavy bag. I could do a wider lace. Let me see. So I was decorating. I thought, well, we could do that. Oh, I was saying Greg and I went for a little drive before lunch, and then we got some lunch and picked some lunch up. And so then we had lunch, and now he's resting, and I am in my happy place. That's really pretty down there. It does extend the bag, but I don't mind that. I don't hate it. I'm not mad at it. Okay. Pin. I'm glad I got that word on there before it disappeared. You never know. Those little desk gnomes, I call them, are the ones that get on your desk and steal things, and then they laugh at you because they have stolen your stuff and you are going crazy looking for it. Or they... I thought this was upside down, up backwards for a minute. I thought I was working on the back of the bag. Not that that's a problem, but I love the word that says Crimson Rambler, but that I just glued over there. But how are you guys doing? Are you guys got a lot of allergies in your area? Oh my goodness. I know some places. Oh, I never used to have them here, but as I'm getting older and my body is not as happy as it used to be. Only the smog used to bother me, because when we lived in San Jose, up in San Jose, which is the big city close to us, I had the worst headaches and allergies from the smog up there. And I was born and raised in that valley, but it was just, you know, it was getting so bad. Oh, I just had constant headaches, not just migraines, but like headaches. Just my head hurt all the time. And I was coughing all the time, and I just wasn't good. We moved down here, and all that went away. It was gone, like overnight. I was like, I could breathe, because we didn't have any smog here. But as our town has grown without control, we are now getting smog and everything as the big city has. Luckily, we get the winds off of the ocean, so we do clean up our air more than San Jose does. We get a lot of wind here, so usually it's not too bad. But it's been a big help to my allergies. But with all this rain, which we haven't had in years, we've got stuff blooming that we haven't had bloom in 10 years. That's pretty. I want something up here. I was thinking about possibly some that's pretty. That's yummy. This is velvet, and I have it in every color of the rainbow. I could even do red, but I kind of like the pinks. Don't know if I want this dark color or I want a lighter color. I'm looking to see if I had anything pre-cut. I see a cream that I already cut that I didn't use. No, not that. That did not. I've gone back to that twice. Let's look at this one. I keep them in the little bags to keep the dust off of them, because the dust is horrific here, because they're building all around us. Oh shoot, we're going to cover that up. It hasn't dried yet, so I may pull it up and then put it on top of the ribbon. Light pink. Yeah, I guess. I could use red there. No, I don't want to use red. I don't think I'm going to use red. Yeah, I do keep these bagged to keep the dust off of them, because it's not good for velvet. Dust and velvet are not friends at all. So, and I keep it in a nice little line in a little box on my lace trim trolley, my trim and lace trolley. I have 2 of them. Push carts, roller carts, rolly carts, whatever you want to call them, trolley. Depends on what country you're in. If you're in England, it's a trolley. And it's okay if it goes a little bit over the top. I like that because it makes it just a bit taller. How pretty. Okay, let's do this. And yes, I love my bling and my trims and all the good stuff. And no, you do now. I want to say you do not have to do any of this, guys. You don't need any of this stuff. This is just my personal style that I've had forever. as long as I can remember. Okay, those scissors are not sharp enough. It's just munching this, something fierce. It's just my style, right? I've had this style for as long as I can remember. Maybe even since I was a little girl. I don't know. If you saw my bedroom, you'd know. I was always decorating, moving the furniture around. Oh, my mom would come in and go, what happened to your room, honey? Oh, I just felt like, or she'd hear banging and booming, and she wouldn't come in because she knew I was in there rearranging furniture, and she'd come in to see what new thing I did with my furniture. I was always creating little apartments and little things, and this was from a young age, you know, for my dollies and stuff. I would create a whole apartment. I'd move all the furniture around and create their bedroom and the kitchen, and she'd say, okay, fine, but put it back at the end of the day because I don't want your dad falling over it in the night if he comes to check on you. She didn't get up in the night. He did. So, or she wouldn't hear me, but he would. He was somewhat of a, I'm surprised he got up with me because he's not a light sleeper. I mean, as when he came to live with me, he's a pretty heavy sleeper. So I was sort of surprised, but I guess he loved his little girl and wanted to get up with her. I was shocked. It wasn't Mom, but she would not get up with me. Or she would one time, and then if I was still up, he got up with me. So I had leg aches at night and didn't sleep a lot as a kid. I would roam the house. That's pretty. I feel like it needs something to lift it up. So do we want bling? And if so, what color bling do we want? Do we want some pink bling? Maybe pink. Okay, let's see what I have. My hair is done, but oh my gosh, it's so long now. I can't do anything with it. I absolutely need to have my stylist give me a good haircut. I need a good half an inch off of it so it'll lay on the top of my shoulders. It's getting too long. I love this pink bling. I think I just have this set, so I guess once I go through it, that's going to be it. I use it kind of sparingly. I want scissors. I was looking, what scissors do I want? I don't know if this peels off the back here and is sticky. No, that was a big mistake. Shouldn't have took that off there. Yeah. Okay, I messed that one up. Let me get some other. Okay, where did I mess that up? Darn it. There we go. I'll put that up there, maybe. Oh no! Oh, ooh, gosh, that stuff sticks good. Okay, I need to keep in mind this is very sticky. But I may add glue. I don't know. I'm cutting off a little bit of the extra silver on here. I've really been trying to use my bling, you know, not waste it, buy it, and then not use it, you know. So, yeah, I'm trying to use my stuff, use everything, and that's my style. You know, everybody has their own. Not everybody needs or wants bling or needs or wants any kind of fancy. Not everybody likes lace. Not everybody likes, you know, but I do. That's my style. So you do you, whatever you enjoy. Don't feel like you have to do what I do. Even if you don't do any of it, it's fine. You don't need to. Not necessary. This is just me. And like I said, I've been a bling girl forever. Oh, I loved the 80s. For those of you who are babies, you would know that. But those of you my age, you do know what the 80s, with all the jewelry and the dressing up and the shoes and the hair. And oh, I was in heaven. It was my favorite era ever. Hated the 70s. Loved the 60s. And loved the 80s. Oh, every single bit of it. I loved it. It was so pretty. All the jewelry. And I was an image consultant in the 80s. Working for a skincare company. And we would go out, and we were hired individually, independently of the company, to go to banks and businesses and teach image to the employees. Because at that time, they were coming in spandex pants and shirts, and it was like, no, not appropriate for banking or business, big business, corporates. and they were having a horrible time getting their employees to dress appropriately. So we went in and taught them how to dress, how to do their makeup and hair. We signed them up for individual makeovers. Oh, it was a blast. I had so much fun. I had so much jewelry and scarves and accessories and jackets, and oh, we just had so much fun. And I had a team. I had a full team that worked with me. I had a partner that did everything with me. She and I traveled a lot, and we went up to lots. We did every business in town, and then we started doing businesses out of town, and we had the best time. We flew everywhere together. It was a fun time in those 80s. Well, it was actually the early 90s, or excuse me, late 80s, early 90s. We did that for like 10 years. I had a big team. Okay, so I think that's done for the moment. I'm gonna put that with my rose bag, you know, my rose stuff that I'm just gonna do. I have another one here that I wanna decorate. I've got this to go on here. This was just a piece of the leftover cardstock from, or paper from a project. Now I'm gonna show you the project I did, which is this. These are over the page tucks. Let me move things out of my way. Over the page pockets. And I will grab a journal to show you because I did these. I made these on that video that didn't work. So, bummer. I showed you how to make them. And guess what, guys? I have a whole pile of stuff on the floor. My sleeves drug onto the floor. Oh, my goodness. That is not a good thing. Okay, I'm going to, give me a minute. I'm going to roll up my sleeves because this is crazy. It's causing me no end of problems. Oh, summer's coming. I won't need these sleeves much longer. I'm really excited. Well, it's still a little cool in the house. We've had some cold days. We've been going between 60 and 80, which is weird, but yes. Okay, so here's our journal. Let me show you how these work. This is what I did my video on, and they go like this. They go over the page. You glue it, and you have a pocket and a pocket. You flip it over. You have a pocket and a pocket. Isn't that adorable? I love these. And these are made from envelopes. Long, you know, letter size envelopes. This one I have closed up. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to put that over here. This one I closed up, and I'm going to just use it as a pocket. So it's going to have an independent pocket standalone, pocket, and then a pocket here. So that you could tuck into another pocket, a journal, a bag, or whatever you're going to use, right? So you could do it two ways, where you could just put it into your pocket. I'm going to move that. Just put it in your pocket like that. So you don't have to put it on the page unless you want to, because I've closed this one up, so I won't be doing that, right? So let me move my journal down a little bit. And I can do just one to show you how it's done. Let me find an envelope. I've got them on my desk. There's one right there. So as you know, first thing I'm going to do with this one, you see me do it a lot, I'm going to close it up as best I can. You don't, now when I made these, I used junk mail. I used the brown craft envelopes. Up like that. Let's see, do I have one out anywhere? Let's see, I have a brown craft envelope to show you. I don't know where I put them. It could be anywhere. Huh. You know how I am. Yeah, well, this was a long brown envelope, and I opened it up right there. Let's see if I have any. Oh yeah, here they are. These. So I use a craft envelope. I use junk mail. See, I used one of those. I use junk mail, and I used a white Dollar Tree envelope. So, you know, I used all different kinds of things to make this. So it was really easy, right? So that's what we use. We have these in our shop. And for those of you who are new to us, we have an Etsy shop, my daughter and I. It's called Design, Journal, and Supply on Etsy. And that's where you can find those lovely brown craft envelopes. You don't have to buy the 1,000-pack. You could just get however many. I think there's 10 or 20. I don't know how many. But so that one's made from that. This one was made from a brown one as well. What's this one made from? Yeah, another brown one. So I made them from all different kinds of things. But anyway, I was going to show you how to make it. Okay. Super easy, super simple. This was Wendy who did these. And this envelope is 9.5. So I'm going to cut off a couple of inches. Let's see. So now we are at 8. Perfect. I wanted that little stamp, so I definitely wanted to cut that off. And then we're going to cut off this other end over here. Now, unfortunately, that does not fit in there to cut anymore. So let me get the bigger cutter. And what you want to do is you do not want to cut on the side that the flap is on, right? You want to cut the opposite end. Cut that in. So we're going to cut that in like that. And you've got an open envelope here. And we're going to fold this down. And we're going to fold it down about an inch, inch and a half. Up to you how much you want to make your, how deep you want that pocket. How deep you want this pocket right here, right? So, and then we're going to turn it over. And we're going to go pull it up like this. And we're going to make it match as best we can. Now, this is a little tougher with this thing right here, right? But, you know, it's not... Let me show you what I got over here. Yeah, okay, this one doesn't have that because there's no pocket in it. So you're going to see this, right? This one has one. No, this one doesn't have one. This is junk mail, but it doesn't have the envelope. This one had the window. I just closed it up. So now I've dumped everything out. I've messed up all my envelopes. Darn it. All right, well, anyway, I just wanted to show you how you do it. Then the next thing you want to do, I'm not going to use the white one. I don't think. I'm going to put that away. And I have the envelope. So this is now this. Okay. And I'm going to cover it so you can see how I did it. I'm going to move these up. I may not get a lot of decorating done since I'm going to stop and show you how to do this. I'm kind of bummed that I made a mess out of those. Now it took me forever to decide what I wanted to wear, and now I've dropped them all out. But I want to cover this, and I've got to figure out where I want it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the ends, the white end that my printer leaves. I cannot tell it. I can only tell it what to do if I'm making a copy, but I can't tell it what to do if I'm downloading. I work on an iPad, and it doesn't let me fill the page up, unfortunately. I don't know why. It just doesn't. Okay. So now I'm going to put this, we're going to decorate the mountainside. This is the mountainside with the trough. That's the valley side. So we're going to decorate the mountainside. And I'm going to lay it on here to see. I would like the print, and that's kind of going to be in the middle. So what I'm going to do, since I know where I want it, I am just going to cut off this one end because you're not going to see it inside that pocket. So it would be a waste to leave it. You won't see it because it's going to be inside. So I'm going to save that as a scrap for something else, right? And I was going to cover one of these anyway for a project I'm working on. So I figured, okay, let's just do it now. Now you either can use glue stick or you can use something that you can move around, which for me is going to be my Fabri-Tac. I love making these. I would make them 100. And when I get some time, I am going to make a whole bunch to use inside of ephemera bags and journals and whatever I'm making, right? I really want to have some. I don't want to forget about them, you know. I'm turning it on its side. So, and then I'm going to center it as best I can. Hopefully I'm in camera. I'm not doing this outside of camera. I'm going to get up and check in a minute. Let's go like that. My hands are super warm today. My hubby said he was really, really cold, so I bundled him up, but I had to put a cold pack on his back, so that didn't help him any, right? Poor guy. Alrighty. So, kind of got that pretty blue and everything. I could have turned the paper the other way. I didn't even think about that. What a dingbat. Why didn't I just turn my paper? Huh. Why didn't I turn my paper? Well, you could or not. It's up to you. Oh, because of the words. That's why. So now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to fold it back against itself because I need to trim this. And I've glued it on like I like to do. Excuse my mess. Okay. I'm going to hold it down with my thumb and I'm going to try not to cut your flap off. If you do, no biggie. Just glue it back on. It'll just be a little shorter. just a little bit shorter. And then we'll go like this, just a little shorter. Let's go like this. Okay, and this. Hopefully I didn't leave any white on there. If I did, I'll cut it shorter. Nope, I'm good. Yay. And we got that little strip left. Okay. Now, that's good. And then you're going to fold that back over, because we folded it back just so we could cut and not cut it, you know, not have it in the way. See, that's pretty, right? Because when you go like this, you're going to see this pretty paper. Isn't that pretty? And then I need something down each side. So let me grab the kit it comes from. That kit is the Vintage Florist Chapter 1 papers. I want to see what I have here that I could use. Ooh, that would be pretty. I mean, right off the bat, I found something I really like. Could use words. Words are pretty. Could use another floral. I want something that looks good with that. I like that. This is the prettiest kit ever. I just love it. Okay, I think I'll... Is that printed on the back? No. Okay, I just want to make sure I hadn't printed it on the back. I have a project to do with this kit, and so I thought this would be a good thing to go inside. And it may be one that I close up, not leave open. We'll see. I just have to put it with the project. So what I want to do, let's do what we did before. I'm not sure if this is the right height, so we will see. Give me a minute. This was Wendy. I'm not sure. Wendy Journal Adventure. But everybody has their thing they do. And what we want to do is we want to cover that. Yeah, that'll work. But we want, I don't know why I put that away. We're going to want to cut this 2 inches. Because I believe, if we did this right, yeah, this is 1.25 inches, almost 1.5 inches. So actually, I'm going to go a little bigger than 2. I'm going to go 2.5 because I want to make sure there is enough going over the ends. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Let's get 2 of these. We need 2, 1 for each flap. I love making these. These are so fun. Honestly, I could have sat and made 100 of them right along with the bags. Oh, I had so much fun with the bags. Actually, I need to make a bag to go with this set. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. So when I'm done here, I'll probably make a bag. I'll pick one of those pretty papers. Actually, I saw one. I'll pull it out. Oh, I love this one. I think I'll make a bag out of that because I think that's just beautiful. So I'll put that aside somewhere. Rainbow. I purposely am singing it bad because I don't want to get caught by YouTube police and end up in YouTube jail for being naughty. Right? So I gotta get I'm bending down over here. Owie. What's going on with my back? I think I've been sitting so much with all the migraines that I have hurt my back. I tweaked it or bobbed it or something. I don't know what I did to it, but it's not feeling great. Excuse me. I didn't mean to complain. Sorry. Okay, moving on. Let's go. Let's go. That was a rather noisy gluing, wasn't it? I apologize. So we want to get that up there. Make sure it goes to the very edge. I don't mind trimming off on either end. Oopsie. Actually, I don't need to have any more lost stuff. I should have paper clipped everything. I always do. Why I didn't, I don't know. Because I hadn't planned on turning on the camera. This was a last minute decision. I just came in from lunch, so let's go there and get rid of this. Yay. And make sure that that's on there good and tight. And let's turn it up. Now make sure you get it right to the edge or you're going to have a funny gap. So there we go. And then we'll fold that after. So let's get this one on. And let's put it on here. instead of putting it on the, you can do it on the cardboard, you can do it on the paper, glue wherever you're comfortable gluing at. And that's the good thing about what we do is you can do it everything your way, right? If there's something you like to do a certain way, do it that way. You know, there's no have-tos here. There are no rules. There's no police. If you like bling, use bling. If you don't. If you're, you know, grungy, be grungy. If you're like a lot of ink, use your ink. If whatever you like, don't let anyone tell you have to do something a certain way. There is no rules. That is the one thing that makes us different from every other thing. No measuring, no rules, no have-tos. It really is a lot of artistic freedom here, a lot of it. And it's hard for people who are used to measuring. You can if you want to, though. Again, no rules. You want to measure every single thing and plot it out, do it. Want to fly by the seat of your pants? Do it. It's totally up to you what you want to do. Okay, hopefully that's enough of a pep talk for those of you who are worried about doing the right and the wrong way. There is no right and wrong way in this. We're not, you know, mini albums or scrapbooking or happy plan, or we're none of those things. We're so totally different. We have a lot of freedom in this, which is why I love it so much. Why I haven't been doing my seamstress work, because I got tired of measuring and everything has to be perfect and it's got to fit perfectly. It's got to be cut perfectly. Fabric has to go a certain way every time, you know. Can't cut against this or that or do this or that. So this just allows me so much freedom and I love it. I can be as blingy or as plain as I want to be. I could use Tim Holtz. You know, I can be punk, I can be shabby, I can be shabby chic, I can be grungy, whatever I want to do that day. And I've done them all, so. If you're into straight lace journals, those are beautiful. I've made those too. Whatever you like. But the basics on how to do things are the same no matter what paper you use or what embellishments you use or what substrate you use, whether you're using a magazine or using junk mail or whatever. The basics are the basics, right? So as once you learn those, how to do some of those things, then you can just go and be free. I like my corners cornered. I don't like that little hard straight edge there. It's wet, so it's kind of giving me naughty vibes. Okay. Let me I want this to meet up here. Hopefully we're on the same line as before, but it really doesn't matter because you can't see, right? Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. And I think this one is going to be closed up, so once I do it, then I'll cut my corners elsewhere. You'll see in a minute. I'm going to ink this before I do any gluing because I'm an inker. I love to ink. I do it to create dimension, shadow, light, dark, age. There's a whole bunch of reasons we do it. We, here in the US, we don't have old things. Europe, they have old paper, old books, old fabrics. We don't have that here. I mean, 1930s is like old, you know. Occasionally we'll find a book or something from the 1800s, but it's so completely rare. And those would be something you wouldn't want to cut up because it's rare here. You know what I mean? So in Europe, that's all they have. So they don't think anything of it. They don't need to use a distress ink, which is why Mr. Tim Holtz was born, right? Why he came up with all this gorgeous stuff for us to use. Why there was a need for it. And of course, he started out with the mixed media, and he's still big into that, but he knows we've all taken his stuff and adapted it. Now, you can, if you want, you can add a divot there, and I have in my others, let me see, let me show you. Like this one, see it has a divot right here. I don't think I'm going to put a thumb notch there. Oh my gosh, everything's everywhere. Whoops, my thumb notch. I don't think I'm going to on this one. I'm not going to thumb notch it. I've decided not to, and I'm going to put some glue. Now, the other day when I was struggling with my cold glue, someone says, oh, why don't you put your glue on a warmer? Well, you would not want to do that because it makes your glue very thin and runny, and honestly, it just doesn't stick very well when it gets like that. So that is not something I would want to do, but it's a great suggestion. In the summer, like today, it's warmer, so this is runny. I'm used to it being thick. Right? So glue is just temperamental in its own right, going to do what it wants to do. We have no say. And I must have knocked that over or something because it's just fountaining up and making a mess in the lid too. Oh gosh, there we go. The lid has a ton of glue in it, which isn't good for your glue because then it closes it up. I'll have to clean that up in a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, struggling with that. Here we go. Let's go like this for a minute because we want those to glue down, right? And they do. That's a fast gluing, but it's also got a lot of paper and a lot of layers, so it's bending up for me. I'm going to move this and this. Ooh, I now have some beautiful scraps to play with, don't I? Okay, so there you go. That looks crooked to me, and it is. Oh, well. Huh. Both sides. Isn't that weird? Oh, well. Dry already. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to close this one up. I'm not going to put it on a page. I'm going to use it as a standalone pocket that I'm going to put 3 things in or more. I'm going to fill it full of ephemera for that other project I'm working on. I started a while ago, but I haven't had time to get back to. I don't know that I haven't done it on camera. It's not something I've done on camera. It's something I was making to sell in the shop. Now, this one, because it's thicker, it's got paper wrapped on a pretty good craft paper envelope. I'm going to put glue on it. I've got about 15 minutes left, so I want to go back and decorate my other pockets like this. Owie. This one I'm not going to decorate because I'm not sure about the project it's going in, so it will stay like this. So this is definitely a great one for Stack Your Stash. This, the other video was Stack Your Stash Part 2, 13 Part 2, but I didn't do that video because I had to throw it away. I had to redo it, or delete it, I mean. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little. All right. I want to decorate this card, but I also want to decorate these. So let's see. Maybe I'll do this one. Oh yeah, that and that go on that one. She goes on. No, that goes on there. That one doesn't. I think that and that go on there. What goes here? Oh, how frustrating. All my ladies fell off, so now I'm all confused. I think that one goes there. I'm missing one. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Got too many. Okay, that and that go there. This one goes here. And I believe I wanted that rose. And then this was going on this one? Maybe. I think so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab me some paper clips or something and paper clip these so I don't lose these. There. Let me go like this. I can hear the cat outside the door. It's unusual. She doesn't usually sit outside my door. You know, she's napping this time of day, but I can hear her breathing. All right. So I call these 4-pocket page wrap. 4-pocket page wrap. Yeah, I'm not liking this new chair. Oh well. You never know when you can't sit in them. I used to love going to the great, I used to love going to the office supply store. You could sit in the chairs and see what you thought. And find the one that worked best for you. You can't do that anymore. I mean, I don't have one here. I don't have one anywhere nearby. So I can't do that. And it's hard. You're just buying it on Amazon or even from the office supply store by mail. The closest one's a good hour away. Quite a drive. And I don't even know if they have the furniture section anymore. They may not. You know, I don't know. Now, all this bits of ephemera you see here came from the same kit. Did I just do that upside down? I did. Yikes, 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 yikes. Oh, quick. I got it off there. This is where I want it to go. And this is not the front, but it will be because this one's closed up, so it can be my front. I'm going to have to reglue that whole thing. I just filled this bottle, and I've been going through Fabri-Tac like it is water. Water. You really can't see that well, but that's okay. I'm letting it go over the edge a little bit, and then I'm going to work on this up here, which is where I had the other, which is fine. I can, do I have a little piece somewhere here? I thought I did. No, I thought I cut one, and I may have, but it hit the floor, and I don't know where it went. So I'll just get a long one here. I love using the sparkle knitting. Oh my goodness, it's one of my favorites. You would think, oh, only at the holidays, but not me. Nope, nope, nope. I will use it year round. And it's okay if it's bigger than a little card because I want it to show. And we're using Fabri-Tac because it is on something that is a fabric-like material. And then if you wanted, you can add a word or a label or something else. I could add another one of those fabulous words, couldn't I? Let me see, what have I got? Wild rose is a pretty word. Lovely. Okay, we could do that. I noticed I have lines in every single thing I do. It's the paper and the printer. My printer does not, neither one of my new or my two new printers, neither one of them will like this presentation paper. It gives you beautiful color, but a lot of times it gives you the lines. It has to do with the rollers skipping over the card, it's a lightweight cardstock. I don't know, I may give up my presentation paper and go back to regular cardstock because I feel like I'm just struggling with this presentation paper. It's beautiful colors, but it's causing me no end of trouble. I feel like that needed something under it. I know what it needed. We'll do this. I like something under my words, either another piece of paper or some netting. Where to go? Is this the one I cut? I think it is. I have to feel it to tell which is the right side. I don't even know if I got the right side, but I'm going to give it a shot. I don't mind that that shows. I like it. There. Now, I feel like, honestly, I'm going to pull that in because I feel like that needs lace down the side, on each side. It needs some lace. So I wonder if I could, I only have a few minutes left, but I wonder, oh, before I run out of time, I wanted to show you, I got my order in from Celeste, my buddy at Woodland Inspired. Got my order in. Oh, she packages so lovely. Celeste, you are a doll, baby. You always have beautiful pieces. I love that. When you get vellum, and then you got the pretty string, which I love, and I'll use it. Gorgeous, girly. Okay, I've got that. Put that aside. Find someplace to use it. I know I will. And these, I had to get some more because I have so much ribbon from getting our shop, our new shop, that I needed to have my wrap for my ribbon. So I got these are the Large Dreamy One ribbon lace holders. Aren't they stunning? My very favorite. Set of 24. So well worth the cost. Absolutely fabuloso. Let's see, I get a thank you because, you know, I promote her and we're friends and she always sends me the most lovely thank yous. I think she does it with every customer. I don't think I'm the only one. But let me see. See, she even puts a thank you on her. I love it because she is one of the few shops that actually sends you, I don't think she wrote a note in there. I was looking to see if there was a note inside. No. She's one of the few shops that actually puts in a packing slip. Anytime you send someone an order, you should have a packing slip so they know what they're getting, how much it costs them, so they don't have to go look it up. Oh, Lovely. Oh, that's beautiful, Celeste. I love that little envelope. Oh, it's a mini. Here's another one. Yay. This looks like my little ones that I use. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh, she wrote me a little note. Let me see what it says. I'll be right back. I'm not going anywhere. You're welcome, Celeste. Anytime, honey. I love your shop. Happy to share it with everybody. Ooh, Grand Chandelabra. I hope I said that right. Candelabra. Candelabra. Is that what I said? I don't know. Ooh, there's two of them there. Ooh, girl, I will be using them. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, gorgeous. Look at that. Beautiful. I can use that in my Marie Antoinette one that I have set aside to do. I bought the most stunning kit for Marie Antoinette. I need to get to that one of these days. I've got so much else to finish. I just, starting on anything new is like, no. Okay, I can't get that in there. I'll do that after. And she sent me some other beauties. Oh, girl. So many pretties. Okay, I will look at those my own time. But I wanted to share with you what I got from her. I'm going to put these behind me so nothing happens to them on my desk, because as you're seeing, things are flying and falling. Yeah, oh, lace. That's what I was going for. That's what made me grab those, because it was on top of everything. I got another order of bows from Magical Mixery. I am looking. What am I looking for? Oh, lace. Duh. Come on, girl. You're okay. You can do it. Here we go. And we do have this lace in our shop. This one right here. I love this. This is like one of my favorite laces ever. It is perfect as a spine lace to put on journals, anything you want to fold, notebook, journal, anything. This is the perfect lace. We have a lot of it in the shop, or we can get more if we don't have enough. Yeah, I didn't move that word down enough, did I? Can I do it? Maybe I'll put it on after. I think I can. Oh, gosh. I'm making a mess. Let me put it on first. There's little holes, and I'm going to kind of make that the middle. There we are. I'm going to pull that up just a bit so I can trim it at the top and the bottom. All right. Let me go like this. I should have put glue on both sides at the same time. What was I thinking? I don't know. I wasn't. But when you put glue back on top of the old glue, it does work. It's not gonna... Now, you could have left some lace that was off on the edge if you wanted, you know, where it hangs down, but I decided to just wrap it. I thought that was a good way to do it. Oh yeah, I love that wrapped. And then, oops, let's get some little scissors. Oh, I'm about to run out of time. I've had a great time with you guys decorating and showing you how to make these. These are fun, fun, fun. And I am going to trim this a bit because I think that it's not going to, yeah. And we're just going to put that right over the lace. There we go. I have got glue on my thumb. Now I have glue on there. But while it's still wet, it's a good time to use your glue eraser. If you don't have one, you can get them in the shop. Our shop. And we do carry these. I think it's a staple that you need if you're using glue. And then kind of want to go back over it a little bit. There we go. There you have it, all decorated up. Isn't that pretty? I really like it. I'm happy with it. Boy, I need to vacuum my floor. I have been working in here a little bit here and there whenever I can. Haven't really been able to do videos, but I'm back. I'm hoping to be back and make some more very soon. But we do have this lace in our shop if you need it. Oh, it's very pretty when you put that on there. And then you have that. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's going to go inside one of my projects. Put that up for that. And then I have all of these to decorate. So lots of fun today. We're having a lot of fun doing our thing. What else did we decorate? Did we decorate something else? That. And then, oh yeah, the bag. Oh, I finished that. We already had that done. What else did I do, you guys? Didn't I do something else? Did I make? Yeah, I did. With the pink. Where'd it go? What did I do with it? Didn't we have another one? Well, we had this one. We did. 2. Showed you how to make these. And then what happened to the other? Oh, the rose bag I had. Yeah, where's my rose bag? I need to show you that. Let's put that in there. There we go. Let me just move all this out of the way. My gosh, I have a mess going here. So that about wraps it up. I hope you enjoyed this quick little crafty session that we just had. And boy, did I make a mess on my desk. You guys. Okay, so, well, I hope you all have a wonderful week. And I will see you all again very soon. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. And hugs and kisses. And I love you. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.